Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
So, who's your fucking daddy, people? Can we do it?
Let's do it.
I said I didn't have one, but we're going to do it anyway.
Go for it.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your motherfucking daddy?
Oh!
Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy?
So, as I kind of been doing recently, I'm going to need Emmett to help me grill this person. So we're going to need to probably bring it up because I just got a screenshot and I know that you guys are going to love it.
What's up?
Because the people that we go to, and I only usually reference them because I know it's the quickest thing that people can get on Google and they can easily verify it. So we're not just giving you information just to make our point. It's like, no, go look on Wikipedia because then you can verify it for yourself. Dane Calloway had a great point, though, recently on one of his videos. He said anything that's easy is not quantifiable, evidence to support anything, which means that if you can type it in on your Google search and get an answer that quick, most likely if it's something that's an important matter, you probably shouldn't trust it. Because anything that you can get really quickly, you probably shouldn't trust that. Look into it more, people. Come on. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. Wikipedia, brother. Wikipedia's co-founder said that he urges people not to trust information that comes from the site. Matter of fact, he's embarrassed at how the site has taken a turn because, as people know, people can anonymously input information onto Wikipedia. So he was going into how he tried to stop this from the jump, and I guess he's no longer a part of the company. He was the founder at some point, just like oftentimes happens with big companies. He must have got muscled out. I remember we covered something similar on, what was the CEO of? I don't remember right now. But yeah, this guy's name is Wikipedia co-founder. Let me get his name. Larry Sanger. Can we look up Larry Sanger, Wikipedia co-founder? He says, do not use the site, Larry Sanger. And his reason for it is Wikipedia co-founder says the site only uses lefty sources and blocks reporting by major outlets. So that's his claim, pretty much saying that the information that we're getting is very censored and has an agenda behind it. So Wikipedia might be y'all daddy because unfortunately Wikipedia often is the number one site that people go to source information from. So if they're shaping, they're currently like our Britannica. Remember back in the day, we all had Encyclopedia Britannicas. We would go to the catalog and look it up for ourselves. They kind of take this place in the current society. So unfortunately, they got a lockhold on a lot of information. And the founder himself says that this information is not very credible.
This is what he says right here, brother. Since Sanger's departure from Wikipedia, he has been critical of the project, describing it in 2007, that's 15 years ago, as being broken beyond repair. He has argued that despite its merits, Wikipedia lacks credibility and accuracy due to a lack of respect for exercise and authority. Since 2020, he has criticized Wikipedia for what he perceives as a left-wing and liberal ideological bias in its articles,
which is something we've kind of been uncovering over and over again, which seems to be a theme, and I used to fall for a lot of this left-wing stuff because it hits you in your heartstrings, man, and it makes you feel like a victim, and you want to feel better in this world that's so crazy. Damn, that's crazy that they're reporting it on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
This is on his Wikipedia
Well, that's what they
page.
do. It's similar to QAnon. QAnon takes truth and mixes it with bullshit, and then the whole thing is discredited. Anything involved in it is discredited, right? So Wikipedia has a lot of factual information, right? And I've looked it up and shown people, and they've been like, I don't trust your source, right? So even though that's true, and I can show them a million other sources, just the fact that it came off Wikipedia, now they can say they don't trust a source. But even that is selective because then I'll go to something like Holocaust. And they'll say anyone saying that Holocaust is a hoax is not true. And they will believe that.
Right.
They will believe that. But if I were to say, yo, man, the Holocaust is a hoax, they'll be like, no, look at Wikipedia. So even that's selective.
Yeah, people pick and choose when a source is and when a source is not credible. Yeah,
100%.
for sure. Because they'll use a source just to make their point. You know what I mean? But anybody would be guilty of that. That's why I like to think that it's cool that we actually bring opposing point of views here, or try our best to, you know, because nobody's gonna fucking make the counter argument every time they're making an argument. That would be counterproductive. You know what I mean? That's up to other people to do. Like, that's why I always say a lot of the shit we spew, we stand with our balls on it, because it's like, if you have any comments or you don't agree, please let us know.
Yeah.
Please let us know. And that's why I say confidently that our track record is pretty pristine, because
It's insane, bro.
who's called us out? Who's made a response video or said this is accurate?
Nobody.
This is inaccurate.
Nobody.
The only video we got a lot of smoke for was Tom O'Neill, and that was his claims. That was not our claims. So I didn't feel any way about that.
A lot of those were really fucking factual. They were just people that were in their feelings because they liked Sharon Tate.
There you go.
And it was like, we don't want to hear these things about our hero. And it's like, look, man, there was some weird shit going on in that house.
You took the time to actually explain to a lot of those people. So that's what I'm saying. We're very...
Dude, when someone comes
we
in
stand behind
and shows
this
you
information that we speak people.
court subpoenas, parole documents, all the shit that dude had over 20 years, bro.
Right.
Ain't no motherfucking way I'm going to be like, this dude's full of shit.
Right.
Police tape recordings of when those dudes, the drug dealers, raped the fucking other. Like, come on,
this
bro.
This man did his work.
I was like, bro, this dude's been doing it for 20 years.
So, just like we're not going to allow you guys to throw out Tom O'Neill, and Emmett made a great point. I'm not throwing out Wikipedia. I'm just saying, don't allow them to be your daddy.
Not at all.
What we're telling you is all of these people have an agenda. So, although they may be good sources, double check, triple check, maybe even quadruple check to make sure that you're just not coming to a conclusion that you already have in stone. You know what I mean? Like, actually be open-minded and follow the breadcrumbs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the founder, when the founder of it is telling you that everything is not what it should be, and to double check these sources, you know what I mean, then that's all I'm saying, you know. So I'm not throwing Wikipedia out, you know what I mean. I'm just letting you guys know, I'm bringing it to your attention. Don't let them be your daddy, people.
Not at all. I mean, bro, if you can go in there and change the information whenever you want, that's crazy. It's crazy.
And I don't think anybody can.
It's a huge conflict.
And that's
of
what he
interest.
was bringing up too, is then who can?
Exactly.
Who has access to?
No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's doing it?
So it's just like the situation with when it's sponsored by Visor, you know?
Yeah.
He's saying that these narratives can also be bought in. That's all he's kind of bringing to people's attention is we don't be realizing that these houses of information that we trust often have a person at the head of it, you know, that's making a decision. You know, we don't realize there's a personality behind it because they've built this fortress, you know, in these digital spaces.
They make it an entity, bro.
Right.
And they don't think, you think Wikipedia, you don't think, hey, that's fucking Charles Harrison.
A person that came up with this idea.
It's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You think Wikipedia.
So thanks for letting us know what the deal is.
Larry Sanger.
Larry Sanger.
Nice.
Appreciate you, brother.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Nice, G.
Nice indeed.
I like that.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.